Welcome, YouTube pipe smokers. Hope you're having a great morning. I've been having a weird day, and that looked weird, didn't it? Told you I'm having a weird day. I'm getting matches. I had one heck of a time getting straightened up this morning, but I got some great blending done. So, can't argue with that. Drove by the post office, and they are closed under maintenance. So, I will try another postal place we have after lunchtime because they're closed at lunch. So there's still hope. If all else fails, I can mail things out Friday with the rest of the stuff I'm mailing. But we'll try today again. Hopefully I'm not interrupting anybody's schedule. I don't think I am. But we did some great blending. I'm actually smoking some Dol Guldur. And that is these are what my papers end up like. I write a name down. I used to work too hard on it. I'd make a list and I go, these blends are this person, these blends are this person. And I'd have them divided, then I couldn't cut them all out. It was really weird. So now I just start with one person and write what I'm going to write for names and then cut them out as I go. Well, this is good. This one is this one is farther in the back than I remembered. Oh, not there. Hey, how you doing, Hunter? Good to see you, brother. I went by the post office on the way. I'm at my mom's. And our post office is closed for maintenance or whatever they're doing. Like, it doesn't seem like it's going to be closed long. So something happened. Maybe something broke down. I don't know. But hello. How you doing? Good to have you with us. So I will try again after lunch. I will go to another mail place, but I said that's probably just fine since I don't have the tampers. Maybe if I don't have luck today, because it doesn't feel like a lucky day. It does on the blending. But if I can't today, then I'll just mail everything out Friday. I'll make up tampers tomorrow. So it'll work itself out. I can't get too excited over it. Yeah, it's been a while. How you been? I'm trying to find. Oh, I did. My wife asked me if I made I smoked some Harvest Moon last night before bed. And she said, "Is that one you're gonna try to make?" And I said, "I don't know, maybe." Apparently, I already remade it. I just forgotten. I can't. Yeah, and I thought, well, I'll send, and I got to add a couple anyway to yours, so instead of coming back in Friday to send those with the tamper, I'll try again today anyway. But if it doesn't work, I know there's a place that's open later on Fridays. So I'll just, because I'm going to send yours and Dark Lords and Phil's and Paul's and Vegas Pipers stuff. So if I need to just get stuff touched up tomorrow, get tampers made and all that, it'll be all good. That's funny because yeah, you said you're working late. And know you're working on my pipe, man. That's nice of you. And I'll say it's pretty good anyway. To try to project stuff being mailed out today, because some of that stuff went fast. Some of the pipes, that's 2 pipes I've made in one day. Well, not 2 pipes in one day, 2 pipes one day each. Oh, there's my jar. I can't find nothing. So what are you guys smoking? I got all my Lord of the Rings blends in the back. I'm gonna have to recreate a couple. What's funny, Hunter, is I remade. I couldn't find my root beer recipe, and I was disappointed because that was one I wanted to send you and Paul, and it was very very close. And I thought, well, I got time. I'll remake it this morning, and it was kind of there, almost like the little candies, but not quite that really standout flavor. And Mabu said, I think it does need something else. And she was right. And so out of 3 or 4 components, I think, yeah, 4 components, I got root beer that's right on the money. Even gives you that little zing that root beer can give. But it doesn't give you tongue bite. And it'll be all right. Like I said, I'll try to mail stuff today. If it doesn't work, that'll give me tomorrow to take it slow. Just kind of have an easier day, because today was weird, man. It's a flare up kind of morning, and like this ain't kosher. But I did come up with Samuth Knoll is Chambers of Fire. That's got some Perique, Kentucky, Latakia, Dark Fired, Lane Dark Red. That stuff's really good. Oh, it's right there. I missed the one. Dolguldor is Cavendish, Latakia, and Perique. Oh, nice. Yeah, take your time, man. No worries. I gotta order stuff too, and I'm I need to order more stem material. We just got some new bits today. And then I need to order more stems and churchwarden stems from a guy, and then I'm gonna need to order some tobacco supplies. But that's all right. And that's how I look at it too, man. A couple days is you know, it's gonna be there whichever day regardless. Even if it's 1 day or 2 days or 3 days, it's either gonna get there surprisingly early or it's gonna be average time. Yeah, it took almost well, this one wasn't bad. The first time I was ordering bits, it took a while, almost 3 weeks or something. And then this one, the last one we just got today, took about a little bit over a week. But the ones we had ordered last time, it was actually a good thing because even though they're a bit oversized, they'll work better with certain lengths of pipe. They'll give it a more open draw. And then so it gives me something to work with, like, okay, this style of pipe, maybe I'll do a more open one and put a bend in it. Or, usually I use 1/8. I have drilled 5/32 holes in stems, which do fine anyway, especially if they're not super short. So it's not a big deal. Oh, awesome. Yeah, this is really good. I don't know if I included this in yours. If I didn't, I think I included it in Paul's, because Paul was doing Lord of the Rings theme stuff, so I was trying to get his, focused on Lord of the Rings for his. But I sent you some good ones so far. I'm gonna send you root beer and Elden Rich, Meadowlark, Morden, Grape, and there's another one I got to find when I get home. I know where it's at, but I didn't know, I didn't think about it until we were already in the car and almost all the way into town. Hey, Dark Lord, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Let's see. Yeah, Elden Rich is long cut Perique, Golden Virginia, Burley, Black Cavendish, and Latakia. Meadowlark is Sweet Yellow Virginia, Latakia, Orientals, Black Cavendish, and Kentucky. And then Morden is named after a village in England. And it's a Virginia Turkish with a bit of Cavendish. So awesome. I'd like you to be able to. I just can't do the wooden stems yet. And because he asked me about it, if I could do wooden stems, and I just said I'm not at that point. But he was very generous and thoughtful to think of me again and ordered the one with the leaves on it. With He said you could do that with an acrylic stem. Like, yeah, I could do that. He said, "I'm in." So I said, "Okay." But I will make myself a church warden at some point, and then I'll there are a couple of smaller pipes I wanna make. I've gotten some nice size, but kind of on the small side blocks, and that helps a lot. When you're thinking small, it helps remind you to think small and don't make too big of a pipe. Because I do wanna do some, fairly good sized bulldogs, but I wanna do some small bulldogs, but it's getting there pretty quick. And then either tomorrow, there we go, or Friday, I'll start on, uh, church warden bulldog for Zippo. It seems like when I'm making a pipe for you guys, things just go smoother. Everything works out. I don't overthink anything. Everything gets what it needs. And when I try to make them for myself, they're still fine. But it just seems a lot less of a fight when you know, heck, for the church warden volcano for Vegas Piper, I drilled the hole and the stem fit perfectly already. I was like, no, that didn't just happen. It'd be cool if you could do it, because I'm not where I can do that at this time. I'll do the acrylic ones, but I won't do the others. I need to make myself a lip hanger though, or a medium light short pipe. I was gonna make a lip hanger, and I ended up having it just be a bent pipe with a nice long stem. But I wasn't as good with stems at that time, and I could fix it. It's just a little thick, but it's like a perfect fit if you hold it a certain way. But I want to keep the angles, so it's like this, and I'd like, you know, almost an pal. But in July, I'm gonna start making. It's gonna be tall pipes and like cannonball kind of shapes similar to this. Big round pipes if I can. So I am gonna try to make myself a nice big lip hanger with a very drastic hang, so it'll be comfortable to use while I'm making pipes. Yeah, same here, man. My mom brought me tea. It's bad when your favorite jugs are hospital cups and you have plenty. Trying to help my little tum tum swelling go down. But it is what it is. A sore day is better than no day. So I got no true complaints. Yeah, I didn't bring my tamper today. You should have seen Mabu, man. She was so nice. She wouldn't even be looking at me, and I could make a face, and she'd be like, "Which blend do you need?" And I just picked the spot I was comfortable, so I was in the walkway of the living room, and had my two boxes and a bunch of bags around, and just sat there and did the blending, and had a big steel tray so nothing could spill anywhere, and got everything all set up, and it went really good. So I had three pipes that I put different blends in that I wanted to smoke that day. So what I did, I had a little sandwich bag, and I'd make a little bit extra of certain blends like Dolgoldor and Samethanol, and there was another one. So I put those in the Ziploc bag, and I was all done with the thing. I had three pipes. I put one in each pipe, ready to go. So like there, now I'm done blending, and I can sit back. And of course, then it was time to get ready to leave. But I did bring a big box because I'm gonna blend something new here today. I'm determined. And I brought my Trusty Bones pipe. I need to make a Prince pipe because I had a Savinelli Prince from Eddie Gray at the Pipe Nook, and I misplaced it. And I've been sad ever since. That was my go-to favorite pipe. It smoked well, took a lot of punishment, didn't have to clean it all the time, never gurgled, just a real nice, trusty go-to pipe. Held the right amount, so I think I'll either make myself a Prince pipe or make an XL one or something like that for coming up this one of these months. Yeah, I don't like. I'm not a fan of thin shanks. I think if I did a Prince, it would be similar to this. Oh, let me see. I do like that my pipes don't gurgle or haven't yet for me. Um, I'll smoke Savinellis and stuff I really like, but they tend to gurgle. See, this isn't too bad. I would probably do about that, maybe a little thinner, maybe like a 30-second thinner. But they'd have fair shanks, but they would have a nice feel in the weight. And with the new bits now, I can make smaller tenons again because the one bit we had that size went bad. Coiled up in the most beautiful stem material I've ever seen and just wrecked it. But oh well. Yeah, I'm thinking something similar to this bowl look, but bigger. And this is a Rossi Vittoria 8320, so it's still a 320. But I could imagine something like this, half inch taller, like a cannonball, and then lip hanger. Well, more like this. So those will be in July. Tall pipes, I'm going to do true chimney pipes and do some where they still have a bit of a stem that go up and they're rounded at the bottom. Those tall ones. See if I can get away with that. I found an inclusion yesterday I was able to work through, but it was at the end of the draft hole. So you just felt the drill sink. And I cut real thin strips of sandpaper. I was sanding through the shank and to get the right angle. So it worked out, but it was crazy. But the pipe turned out good. And it's smokable, and it's not a loss. But I was like, of all the places, but it could have been worse. It could have been hidden, somewhere a little bit under that and then contributed to burnout, which would be difficult with my pipes because I always leave them a thick enough bottom of the bowl so that they are less likely to have any issues. What are you lighting up with? Oh, I got you. I've been talking to you for 10 minutes and you weren't even here. That's all right. Is it fairly stable for you now? Blink once if it worked. Well, I'm gonna make a blend because today's gonna be a blending day anyway. Actually, what I'm also going to do is blend some root beer. Oh, okay, nice. I'm going to blend some root beer to smoke. And then I'll make some other blends. This is really good. The Samethanol is, or this Dolgador is slightly sweet. A dry smoke with a hint, like a coolness to it. Very light flavored, nothing really powerful. So it's friendly to about anybody. So what are you smoking, man? I already know this blend's gonna be trouble. Let's see what I brought with today. Oh, we gotta make a berry blend today. I have some Hearth and Home Berry, nice. Gotta make a berry blend. Turkish, Briar'd, Dark Fire, Latakia, New Minster. This is turning out like home where I surround myself with a bunch of stuff. King's Ransom. I have not had that one. What's that like? Oh, I gotta give a percentage to this. I set a pen somewhere. Well, I can't blend without a pen. I know right where I set it. It was going too good to be true. I know that. I'll be right back, buddy. Midday, it's local door because I never completed that name. I made the name for the blend and never blended it. And one guy wants a dark name, and I'm like, well, no one's really had true here up. But I'll get to this name today, they can do one great. Yeah. Right. I mean, it's not like you're really flying or pulling. Right. It ain't flying. You got it. There we go. I got 2 pens. Nice Latakia light, smoky. Nice. Yeah, the room note of this is fantastic. This one's difficult for me because initially I named it Treebeard, but I feel like Dolguldor kind of fits it a little more. And since I had that name underneath it, I was like, I'll call it Dolguldor, and I'll come up with a different Treebeard one because Treebeard to me would be similar to this, but with sweetness. Or more sweetness, I should say. But the note of this is killer. It's like a mix between a little bit of smoke and just a cool, dry smoke. It's very good. All right, so I'm going to move this. I don't have as much shelf space as I do at home. I brought Latakia, I think, too. So I'm going to do some Virginia. And this is one of those weird blends, man. Exactly. I'll try that here today. I'm not sure what all I brought, but I will try that once I finish this. So this blend's interesting because it's mostly mixture 79. And then there's a ratio, but you keep the other components pretty even. So it'd be where you had funny percentages. There we go. Yeah, because when I first blended this, we were thinking of all sorts of names, and Treebeard came up, and I said, let's try to blend Treebeard. And it's kind of there. But I think, yeah, I think I have dark burley. So dark burley would be earthy and give you that burley taste that would be good. With probably some J6 Cavendish, the Golden Cavendish, because I think that yellow Virginia may be too, it may not meld as well. Maybe the sweetness is there, but they might be too nutty and then too sweet. Hey, Zippo, how you doing, brother? Oh man, we could do videos and blend together once a week or something like that. Just hang out and do a Google Meet and try some blending or something. Cause I'd love that. Hey, Zippo, how you doing, man? If you're smoking, what are you smoking? Oh, nice. Well, you didn't miss any notifications. This was not a. This was kind of a random live, but the post office is closed for maintenance. So in a little while, I'll go over and try to mail out at a different place. Um, Hunter's Pipe and Samples and Paul's. Um, the other place closes pretty early, but they're open, but nobody's there for lunch, and lunch is right before they close. And usually in that last hour, I got no problems with them. The people are amazing. But they get really busy with like the FedEx and Amazon and UPS drop offs and stuff in that last hour. So it's very difficult for them. So everything may be going Friday. But that's okay. Because that'll give me time to make tampers tomorrow and add a couple of blends and just have a kind of laid back, pretty easy day. I did so much yesterday. I milk. My problem is sometimes I have a really good day and I milk those days. And then they usually lead to days where I'm just shot. And I'm not going to blame yesterday because I felt good when I was making stuff and doing the meetings. Except partway through the live, then things weren't quite right. So I had to end it before I wanted to. But today and tomorrow will be lighter days. But I have Hunter's package ready other than a tamper and a couple more samples. I have Paul's ready other than a tamper. And then I'll blend tomorrow and make up fills and Dark Lords. And then Friday I'll send out Vegas Pipers and and I need to make a tamper for his because I ran out of the ones my dad had made. So everybody, I may be the bane of the post office Friday, but we'll see. Isn't that incredible? I misplaced. Well, it's in my other notebook, so I didn't really misplace it. I just really kept thinking it was in this notebook. My Aragorn blend. So when I get a hold of that, I'll have to send you a message and let you know the ingredients because Warhorse Bar is one of them. And I love Warhorse Bar. At first, I was like, this is different, but gave it a few moments, and that was a delicious one. Oh, that's a good comparison, yeah. So I'll more likely start on that Churchwarden Zippo probably Friday or Saturday. I'm going to kind of take it easy today and tomorrow. Yeah, I'm a fan of that. But we're going to do some blending here. Forgot what I was doing. I started getting chatty. That's all right. Well, this morning was crazy, man. Like, seizure wise, it was a pretty good morning, but I just couldn't get my brain. It's kind of like starting a Windows 95 computer. Just takes a while some days. And I finally had a second wind while I was blending. So my mind is doing quite well. But I'm having a second flare up today. So my stomach is pretty rough. It's very uncomfortable to move around a lot. So I don't today I won't do much, and then I think tomorrow will be kind of a go for a walk and then kind of have the feet up kind of day and sit and make some tampers and sit and do some blending and just take it real mild. Oh yeah, way way better. Last night was getting rough. And I went to bed after we ended the live. I put a show on and got some summer sausage and some chips, and I don't remember what else I had, but just kind of fueled up, and then I was like, all right, I'm done. I didn't usually I'll stay up a bit and chat with Dark Lord, and depending on the night after a live I'll do that. And last night I just messaged him and said, I'm sorry, man, I not up to it tonight, but hopefully today, but we'll see. But thank you. Well, you're going to be in trouble, Zippo, when you get root beer. You're going to be going, why did he make this? Now it's all I want to smoke. And I was telling Hunter how I had blended it before, not long ago, and it was good. And then I couldn't find where I put I just couldn't locate the ingredient. It's probably in my other notebook or the recipe. So I said, oh, it's okay. I'll just reblend it. And first attempt was pretty good. It almost tasted like the candy, but just not quite perfect. It was still very good. It'd be like root beer light. But then I gave it another blend, and it was like, this is totally root beer. I'll send you the recipe, buddy. Oh, and I saw your pipe, Zippo, the other day. I thought I commented. That is a fantastic looking bulldog. I'm excited to make the one with the church warden because I know it's going to be good and I know you're going to like it. So this one, the measurements are a little different, but because I didn't calculate the percentages, because you'd have some weird ones. It'd be like 18% of this or 15 isn't too bad. But when you're getting into the weird percentages, it's a pain. So basically, I do a good amount of the first component. So the percentages won't make sense to you, but they work. Oh yeah, dark fired. I sent you the recipe, Hunter, but part of it is actually by altering the flavor that's in one of the components. Yeah, it's almost like mixing them separately. Like you do the 50% of the one, and then you just do a good pinch of the three, but they're equal amounts. And then you stir it all together. Because otherwise it would come out probably around 110 or 80 or some weird percentage, but that was the way that it locked into my mind. So someday I'll have to pencil out the percentage, but this way seems pretty easy. But I'm going to put root beer in here. This is why I brought pipe cleaners today. Oh yeah, we got to do berry blend, guys. We got to do a berry blend today. Definitely.
Revised.
Looks good, Mom.
Whoever said things are hopeless, right?
That's right. You only give up every once in a
Now
while.
that red and black corduroy one, I'll have to wait till I get my black fabric back because I don't have any more of that corduroy. That was like a pair of pants or something that we just had that little.
Okay.
So if you really want a pocket on it, I have some plain black that I'm using for
Oh, that'd work.
pouches for my Kleenexes, but I left them down south.
That'd be fine.
So.
Yeah, that'd work.
Okay. My plain black and my plain red are down there. I may do something like a black pocket and a red flap.
That'd look good.
Because I could embroider the ABU in red on the black and then use a red flap and that'd tie it all together.
That'd look sharp.
Wouldn't that be sharp? I have a lot of creative ideas.
You do. You're coming alive here.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, this root beer one even has that little tingle, that little zing you get of root beer flavor on your tongue, but it is not tongue bite. It doesn't turn into tongue bite. And yeah, maybe I brought my Ziploc bag. I don't even know. It was so hard to focus this morning, but I'll work it out. I'll put the excess in here or whatever blend. Start on the next one. Thank you, man. Yeah, she's having a really good day too. And that's why I tell everybody the pipes I'm doing are for her because I want to help her as much as I can. But it's yeah, she's having a good day. Thank God for good days. All right, so if we're gonna have a blend that has a berry note to it, what kind of blend should it be? Should it have Latakia or no Latakia? Maybe like a berry oriental, berry English could do that. Maybe with something a little sweet in it too. Let's find out now. That is a tough call because I have Hearth and Home Berry Nice. This stuff, after a year of age, turns into blueberries. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. The best berry kind of blend I've ever had. I tried berry kind and that just didn't hit the spot for me. Not that that's a bad blend, but there wasn't enough berry. It's just kind of like berry essence. Hey, Dan, how you doing, brother? Yeah, this is almost like smelling blueberries, like really nice, sweet, ready to eat blueberries. And this is a couple years old too. This stuff is awesome. So do a nice pinch. How's your day going, Dan? We're making blends here because that's just what we do. I try to put there, and it's changing words. It's a good day to catch up on messages. So we're working on a blend. We've got Hearth and Home Berry Nice, or not? Is it Hearth? Yeah, it's Hearth and Home, and it's I'm going for a blend probably with Orientals. I don't know if I'll do a Berry English, but I'll do Peter Stokeby 313 Orientals, and then probably a little bit of Golden Cavendish for some sweetness. But I don't know what else we would put. I don't know if Latakia can never be that bad, but let me see if I brought the Orientals. I may have thrown them in my other box and thought it was this box. It was a morning, so oh, I do not have the Orientals with. I do have Four Aces Turkish though. Or do I have? Nope, that's Burley. The big bag is Burley. I have two big bags, and one is Burley. It's a 702, so that's a good one. And the other is Orientals, but I left that one at home. I thought it was this one. Do have some Old Dark Briar'd, Virginia's, New Minster. Oh, that's something else. Okay. Perique. I'll do Four Aces because that's close. Good pinch of that. What are you smoking there, Dan? That could be really good as it is, but I'll do a little Latakia. Smells good. Very light on the Latakia. A little bit heavier, but very light. We'll see. And just finished this bowl too, so that's perfect. But I'm gonna smoke some root beer while I'm mixing this up. Yeah, Hillbilly's trying to join us, but it's not showing him the live on YouTube. Got it right again. I am excited because I'm I'm gonna have more company, I'm sure, this summer. We've got friends that are gonna visit, and then we're gonna have all of the neighbor kids are gonna be out of school soon. So I'm sure we'll do some kind of get together. And sometime go on a trip that isn't to go to a hospital. Oh, nice. I love the forgotten blends, especially the pressed ones or jarred ones. Especially the jarred ones, and I appreciate the pressed ones. But I've had some good blends I've revisited like that's what this can be after age. And I don't jar them if they're not good to begin with. So after age, it's usually like, wow, that's a really good. See that? I just had to threaten to light this again, and then it picked up. Oh, I understand, Zippo. I understand. That's where the blending has helped me because then when I get something either blended or purchased and I try it and I like it, then I want to make it. And then I tend that way to jar or leave in a tin what I got and then focus more on blending and let that distract me because for a while I was going through tins like crazy because for a while I didn't blend a lot. I just grabbed what was handy and went on my way and I'm like, man, I'm going through tins fast. I love seeing responses. I'll make a blend and Cloud Bear makes me laugh. He'll tease me a little bit here and there, but I'm waiting for it. I know he's gonna say something or he's gonna say, how did you do that? So I always get a little bit of a kick out of that. Yeah, I've done plenty of that. When I run out of the good stuff, I'm gonna be down to blends that I sure hope have improved a lot. Because I ordered bulk for a long time and jarred it, which is good. And I ran out of space for jars. And I ordered some tins when they had sales, and I ordered bulk now, but it's handy having it in the bags. because I can quickly see them or flip through them, and I use them often enough. But I need to make an order. I need to make a pretty substantial order. And I do have jars, and now I have a shop with room in it. So I do need to order a bunch and then jar, especially some of these blending components that I use I've had for years. And oh, and in your samples, in the blends that I use, Latakia Flake or H&H Old Dark Fired, Hunter and Paul, I've used some of that in your guys' blends today. That's stuff that's almost aged. Even the Latakia's got sugar crystals. So there gonna be some good blends, and same with some of the Virginias I used. But I will include the other tobacco you asked for, because I don't want to leave that out. And then Stove Virginia has made a huge difference in blending as well. Some blends are so amazing with Stove Virginia, and you can get a tanginess out of it depending on what you combine it with or how much you use. But some blends, it's just the absolute perfect Virginia, especially a lot of Lord of the Rings blends. There's some kind of almost darkness or something when you're smoking it and tasting it that just it leans that way. It really ties in well with that theme. More of that, more in that bowl to smoke. So, what's a blend you guys have had that you don't like or didn't like as much, but there's something about it that keeps you from getting rid of it? My number one for that would be like, oh, what is it called? I have a ton of it. There's a Virginia blend. Oh, maybe Bayou or Morning something. No. Yeah, Bayou Morning. Duh. My goodness. That one is one that every time it's a love-hate. The smell of it is just hay and corrals. It drives me crazy. The taste of it is very good. So I smell it and I go, why do I keep this? Then I blend with it or smoke it and I go, why don't I have more of this? So it's one that sits for long periods, and then when I finally use it, I'm glad I did. But that's my love-hate blend. For a long time, HH Old Dark Fired was my love-hate blend because the nicotine at the time bothered me, so I couldn't use it much, and that's what I hated about it. But I really enjoyed the taste early on. So that one I struggled with for a short time. Barnyard Perique. Ah, Special Reserve. See, I almost tried that one. I came very close to ordering Mississippi River Special Reserve. The first Mississippi River, the first try, I wasn't a big fan. It got better over time, not just from age from that, but mostly just experience. So I do like that one. And the only reason I don't smoke it more is I don't have a ton left. So I'm just kind of keep it slow, and eventually when I get more, I'll smoke more of it again. Plum pudding. Sure, I'd like to try it, Zippo. I'll take you up on that, bud. I've just never tried it. And if there's a blend I've never tried and then I give it a shot, sometimes it can give me ideas for other blends, give me some kind of, you know, give me options or more material in my mind to go off of, to go, maybe part of this taste would be good with these blends. Have you had okay, so even plum pudding Special Reserve, that was my favorite. Even over bourbon barrel aged, although I do like that one. Russellet's Firestorm. I've heard a lot of people in the middle. There are a few people that really love that one, but there are really a lot of people that don't love it but don't hate it at the same time. There are a lot in the middle, which usually it's the other way around. Usually it's love or hate, not stuck in the middle. But that one I've heard a lot of in the middle. Plant's Brazilian Mixture. I've never heard of that one. Yeah, nice DDT. I've had blends like that. I should try that again. Oh, I'm gonna leave this alone a long time. But I don't generally get rid of tobaccos because I'm frugal. I've given some away. I've given away Best of the Rest English. Although by the time I gave it away, I tried one more bowl, and by that time I did like it. But that I sent that to Hillbilly because he mixes it with something and it makes it better. And I don't mind it now. I would use it now. But I gave that away, and what was the vanilla Stanwell vanilla, which was like super rich butter. That was too much, man. So in a giveaway I threw that in. The tin had been open. It only had used like a quarter of a bowl, and I did actually dump the rest of that bowl out. That was one I didn't care for at all. I was fine with wasting half a bowl or whatever. But I gave the rest of the tin away. I got no complaints. So either they liked it, gave it away, and didn't say anything, or they died from it, and that's why I didn't hear back. I don't know. See, Hearth and Home is overall one of my favorite brands. Many of their blends I absolutely love. I haven't found any I really don't like, but I have not had. Oh, I gotcha. Well, and plum pudding bourbon barrel aged or Lane Andulo. If you don't like bourbon, you aren't gonna. If you're not familiar with bourbon and can recognize that's the taste, you'd go, "Oh, this is gross." Um, and Lane Andulo is just like plum pudding bourbon barrel aged, but with cigar leaf. I think it's a nice, drier, better kind of flavor, but it's very close in flavor. But if you can't keep in mind bourbon, then it's like this stuff's not good at all. I I agree, Hunter. They don't. My brother used to drink tequila with lime, and Duo is killer. It is awesome. It is so good, it's stupid. Made with Dominican cigar leaf and tastes like bourbon barrel aged, but more of like an authentic kind of flavor, like it more comes from the tobacco itself. Oh, nice. Haven't had John Patton's. I need to try a bunch of John Cotton's blends too. That's on my list. Yeah, and Dulo is way up there in my top 5 along with like 40 other blends. But blend wise and how things are actually put together, I think Sun Bear, there's Sun Bear and one other that are the top 2 that are just blended exquisitely. And Dulo's pretty up there too. That's blended well. Because sometimes whether you like one or not, you can recognize there's a difference. Or you can recognize that there's something or flavors clash or it doesn't work well together. So a lot of the ones I give 5 stars, well, any of the ones I give 5 stars have to have a good room note, a good retrohale, outstanding flavor, non-clashing components. The blend has to make sense, and it has to have that potential for Nirvana smoke or that X factor that makes it really outstanding. Oh, yeah, some burley. If you'd like, Zippo, I'll send you a blend. I made a blend called Dirt. It's like when you've had your car set a while and you turn it on and the air conditioner's cranked and that dusty taste that makes you keep like kind of swallowing. You're like, ugh. I made a blend and it was well blended. So damn it, I had to write it down. But that is dust. That is a crazy blend. I think I have it in this notebook actually. I'm sure I do. Yep. It's also called Musty Dashboard and Stale Cigar. And it's Milan Tobacco Black Forest with white burley, the new Carter Hall. Oh, and that's it. AC Dusty is absolutely accurate. It's crazy. But I don't like blending very much with Carter Hall. Yeah, I don't think so either, Zippo. It doesn't suit me, but I mean, you know, I had to keep it written down because pistachio tastes like pistachio, root beer tastes like root beer. So I had dirt tastes like dirt. It worked good. Somebody out there loves dust, and they would hoard that blend. Hey, Boris, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Yeah, I want you to get a blend you'd like, so I won't send that one to you. You, yeah, Didi. You could, I could imagine I could imagine you. Mostly about blending. I'm doing some blending. Did some blending this morning, and we're just talking about different ideas for stuff. Otherwise, that's about it. So a lot of tobacco talk. Lots of blends we're talking about. If you have a blend that's a love-hate kind of blend, mine is Bayou Morning. I hate that it smells like the tin note is like Corral, but the taste is very good. So I have a love-hate with that blend. And other assorted bullshit. That's true, Dan. Oh man, I could imagine Zippo. Yeah, it sounded good, but yeah, blends with toppings are difficult to blend with if they're you have to build the blend around that. It can help them or harm them. So I could imagine that. Yeah, I could see I'd send Zippo Dusty Dashboard and he'd be like, "Now this tobacco," and he'd light it up, he'd be like, "Ugh, it's dirt." That'd be about it. I should send it to Everett and he'd be like, "This tastes like dirt." I'd be like, "Good, that's what it is." Yes, blend wise, I made it. Flavor wise, I failed. So, what are you smoking today, Boris? I smoked, been smoking my blends today. Dol Guldur from Lord of the Rings. I'm smoking root beer. And then I blended something else that's Hearth and Home Berry, nice. And Turkish, a little bit of Latakia. And I'm going to try that in a little bit. Which smells wonderful. Oh, nice, Dan. That'll be a nice break. Well, drive safe, buddy. Good to see you as always. Yeah, my problem is I set those seasons for pipe making for different shapes, and I did them 2 months. So maybe I'll keep the opening 2 months so people can, because it gives you time to make them. But then you get excited for the next season. I'm excited to make a cannonball pipe, so maybe I'll start working on one anyway. I'm gonna have to order some more briars, some more stem material, that kind of stuff. So I'm just kind of waiting. And the first briar I ordered, other than the hobby blocks, the first batch had some closer to medium and large size blocks. The last one I ordered had some really large and then a whole bunch of smaller blocks, which is still fine because I do want to make some smaller pipes. So I've got variety, but I do really like the big blocks because you can get a lot more shape option out of them if you're going for like calabash and stuff like that. So, which that will be coming up. I need to make some squat tomatoes, reverse calabashes. Gonna make some of the old fashioned calabashes, not the huge wide ones, but the originals. That's exactly what I was picturing as well, Hunter. Yeah. This one is pretty close. And I already know how I would do it. But I need to get a stain that's even darker than chocolate. Chocolate makes a great base stain, especially if you're going to do contrast stain. But a pure black one would be really fun. And Paul's pipe, your pipe and Paul's is now Paul's volcano pipe. The part you hold is smooth and really nice, but you can put your thumb on the lava and feel that, which is very nice texture. The rustication on yours is fantastic, and then I left the leaves on his church warden, I might do another one at some point with different style leaves on it and make them really smooth, like sanded 1,000 grit, and then the rest of the pipe maybe 400. But I did it the other way around on his, and those leaves give a really nice, comfortable feel and kind of a grip. And the rest of his pipe, I think those are sanded to 320. And the rest was to 400 and then polished. It's a nice pipe. I need to make myself a church warden. I've had the same church warden for 3 years. Smoke's great. It gets hot. It doesn't have the biggest bowl, but it does a good job. It's a little crown rusticated one, and it's a great one, or aroma, I think it's called. It's a great little pipe, but it needs to be bigger. And I don't know. I like the way I do the drilling on mine. The two I have of mine don't tend to gurgle. The draw is nice. They smoke good. Haven't had to clean them yet, despite smoking them a lot. So I need to make my own church warden. And sometimes pipes just fall into line like they're supposed to go. With Paul's and Vegas pipers, church warden or volcano pipes, they just worked. The block worked with me pretty well. The way the grain came out really supported the shape. And then your pipe supported the shape well too. I think it was yours. I hardly had any inclusions, or at least really shallow nothings. And there was more smooth spot that looked really nice with grain than I expected. But with that rustication having that black paint, it looks great, and it feels so awesome. It's a nice grippy feeling, but smooth at the same time because the way it's done. Your Lone Star is in Houston. So how is your piloting going, man? Oh, I got you. Friday. Nice. Well, that's exciting. That's only a day away. I just had a moment I felt like Annie. That would be a hobby I would get addicted to. I've always been a fan of that. I used to have, my grandma used to have neighbors that did the RC airplanes. And they weren't the kind of RC airplanes that I liked that I played with. They were like the $1,000 airplanes that'll probably be double that by now. And it was a lot of fun to watch them. But, they bring them out and they're, oh, don't touch this, don't touch that. They're showing you. And I was like, why'd you pay so much? You can't even touch the dang thing to do anything with it. I'm like, you hit a tree with that, that's going to cost you hundreds. That doesn't sound fun to me. But to each their own, and I'd probably still like it if I was doing it. Here we have so much wind, you could throw it in the air and it just end up wherever.
Doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I hit mute and didn't think I muted it because it didn't show it. So I was like, well, whatever. I don't care. I'll just talk to her. And then I look down, start talking to you, and it's like, your mic's muted. I'm like, fine. I can imagine those being quite expensive. The ones they flew weren't quite that big. Theirs were about around a little bit less than a motorcycle. They were pretty big. The one they had, they were showing me. I recall the guy saying something about $1,000, and I think he got it used from somebody else, but they just redone it and it looked really nice, and it was about a bit bigger than an adult's arm. If I had $20,000, I'd buy a car. And a bunch of Briar, all sorts of, just get a whole bunch of stuff so I wouldn't have to worry about running out anytime soon. Or you yourself may run into a tree. 5 foot long. So you're like running around flying an adult. See, and and yours is bigger than theirs. So I could see that. Oh, heck yeah, Hunter. That shop made a difference, man, for me, because I wouldn't be making pipes if it wasn't for that shop. I can tolerate different temperature fluctuations fairly well, but either my legs hurt if it's too cold, or my epilepsy runs wild when it's too hot. So I'd prefer like cool, rainy, cloud covered. That help. That's perfect. We renovated our shop, and I think my dad did it Well, he and I did the panels. We did all the work other than electrician. But I mean it was moving in the wind, it was leaning. So there's a lot of stuff, and materials were crazy expensive here. So I think it was around 12 grand, maybe 13 that he had to put into it. But it'll last now. And he did put a roof on it, a new steel roof, and so it'll last a long time. But before I lived out there, nobody was using it. My brother used it, but it was just kind of, there was no need to put anything into it. It wasn't my dad's shop. It wasn't, my dad wanted a wood shop anyway. So this is perfect because I use it. I've always wanted a wood shop. We've always done that kind of work. And especially with epilepsy, he was very thoughtful, and he put in insulation that expanded to 1.5 feet in the ceiling so that keeps the heat out. Well, the other day was, for me, nothing short of a miracle, because I was like, man, I'd love to go on a walk, but now the sun's way too bright. I can't do it. And clouds came over, and I got to go on a walk and got to the house getting just lightly sprinkled on. It was incredible. And that made the whole difference. Because that sun, after long enough, man, a hat, my hands over my eyes, if the sun's strong enough, nothing helps. But I can have it, be 100 outside and be 80 in the shop. But I wouldn't have been able to do that. If it wasn't for my dad, I'd still be working on that and buying a little bit of material at a time, and it'd take me much longer. It's funny that you said that, man, because I've told my wife that a lot, and she'd like it there too. They don't want to have tobacco there, though, and I don't like that. But that is the place my soul wants to be. I've always been a fan of it. I've never been there, but I've always admired the beauty, and I'm part Irish, so it would just work itself out. I'd love to do a visit there. Maybe someday I'll be able to be in a plane. and can go there again or go there at all. See, that's what I do. You ask people what they do if they won millions. I'd buy a car, add on to the house. I'd put a whole bunch in savings. I'd donate to a few charities and just go on a really nice trip every so many years. That'd be good enough. And the car isn't just because I would want a car. Like, we've got 140 something thousand miles on my wife's car, and that's the only car. So she occasionally will drive my mom's van and stuff like that, but it's more of a need, not just a want. Oh, they love tobacco there, but their government wants, they want more people there. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but their goal is tobacco free, last I heard. But I've got a couple of friends there, and they said that their pipe selection is garbage. Their tobaccos are very limited. Even with Peterson, most of the stuff you see when you buy Peterson's, we see here online, they don't have hardly anything in their shop, he said. And if I had enough money, I would get a tobacco license and sell blends. That'd be something I'd like to do. I'd like to have a shop and sell pipes and bags and blends and tampers, and I could do it all myself with the supplies and the legal part covered. Well, and here's my personal take on that. When Russia was taking itself over, they were giving out free vodka to help pacify people. And I feel like that's what we're trying to do with weed. And I'm not going to go into health benefits and stuff like that. I know everybody's different. I'm not saying this is right or this is wrong or whatever. But I feel like that's part of why legalizing it has been just crazy, because it doesn't make sense to me that weed would be legalized before CBD, which is a much healthier and non-hallucinogenic or anything like that, cousin of weed. CBD has crazy benefits, and they don't want to legalize it but they want to legalize weed like crazy. And in my opinion, to each their own. If that's what you want to do, you want to go home and do that, that's fine. That I don't care. Do what you want to do. But at a certain extent, when everywhere legalizes that stuff, what comes along with it, I've seen it time and time again as even a security guard. We had it legalized not far from here, and crime went crazy because it's not the mom and pop stores that are the problem. It's not the people growing it themselves that are the problem. It's cartel that's the problem. It's generally when weed is legalized, cocaine and heroin are right behind it, showing up. It happens so much, it would blow your mind. When I worked security and it was legalized in the neighboring state, we were seeing within a month, we were seeing crimes. Now we're seeing people were not just trespassing drunk or trespassing trying to break into something. Then we were seeing people breaking into places on cocaine or having meth with them, stuff that we didn't really have around here, within a month because it's close to the interstate. So I can see why people want it legalized, and I can see the good that goes with it, but I've seen the bad that goes with it. It's very bad. It's absolutely horrendous, because a lot of the people that use it and have problems are people that use it that are underage. Their brain and bodies are not fully developed, and then they tend to go to heroin right after. Very often. It's absolutely insane. It's not a big conspiracy. It happens more often than not. So I got nothing against someone who's an adult who decides themselves they want to smoke weed. They want to sit in their house and smoke weed. I don't care. It's when it's legalized in a huge area, other things go with it, then people start selling it on the streets, and then other things are sold on the street more in areas that they never would have been, and it destroys small towns. It's absolutely horrendous. You're right. And that hi.
Guess what I found?
Huh.
In the bottom of the supply bag.
More of the material.
At least I hadn't waited till I got down south and cut new pockets.
That's true. Well, that worked.
You never know. You just never know.
You never know. Yeah, and I'll admit, when I was a kid, because they've grouped this stuff all together. They group pipe smokers and tobacco. They group everything bad with tobacco. I will say cigarettes aren't good for you. I know it. I've lost family members because of issues because of cigarette smoking. Doesn't mean it's harmful to everybody. There are cases where people do fine with it for years in their family and have no health related issues because of that or anything. So I'm not saying, we should have the freedom to choose. There should be an age limit, and there should be the freedom to choose. There's always a good middle ground, a happy medium. And I told people, I didn't like people smoking cigarettes. I mean, I didn't like the person. I just didn't like the act, because cigarettes stank, and I witnessed a lot of health issues in family because of cigarettes. But that being said, I've also seen friends and family where THC actually helps them. But I think you should be an adult. So take it all with a grain of salt. I see people. I understand because I've used CBD to help with seizures, circulation, inflammation. Tobacco helps me with inflammation tremendously, and so I know there's a good side to it. I've just seen a lot of friends in middle school get hooked on weed and go right to heroin or acid, and they turned into total morons. And it's sad. It makes me want to cry because I had a really good friend. We were great friends from elementary school and middle school. Everything was good. Shared a lot of great laughs. And there was a friend I didn't see from middle school until right after high school. And his brain was fried. He was no longer a human being. I mean, you'd say something that wasn't a joke or anything, and he'd laugh like he got run over by a truck. I'm just vacancy. Couldn't see his personality or recognize him anymore. It was trash. So I've seen the bad side of it. I've seen the good and the bad. I don't think banning it is the right answer. But I don't think just, like the crap where they're putting it in gummy bears, making it look like candy, but then they got to slap labels on a tin of tobacco that looks like a mountain because it's going to make somebody want to smoke tobacco. But it's okay to make gummy bears with weed in it and keep it around your house when people have kids. Give me a fucking break. That's my opinion. There's good and bad from both, and it just the good gets overlooked easily, which isn't right, but the bad gets overlooked easily, which isn't right. And the bad gets overlooked more often than the good gets overlooked. And it's just messed up. But I agree, man. Yeah, pipe smokers, you go smoke a pipe and you sit down and rest in a chair. Yeah. That's the only thing I have. When you're an adult, do what you want to do. Isn't that part of the great thing after you've been raised, that when you're an adult, you're free to make your own choices? And people are going to do whatever. Bad guys are going to do whatever before it's legal anyway, whether it's legal or not. I mean, you have Colombia and Bolivia, you have cartel bringing submarines of cocaine to the United States and other places. Submarines. They probably aren't getting those legally. The same thing with making guns illegal for citizens, but you can't have guns, but the bad guys can get them. So it doesn't make any sense to disarm the citizens and then defund police. That sounds very intentional to me. I had a friend that he was smoking weed in high school, and in college he was on acid. And I watched it destroy him quite a bit. Luckily, he did get over it and he got a lot of help. But he is this brain dead dude just drifting through life now. And he used to be so full of life and energy, and it's tragic. Tragic. So we can't pretend that there are no positives, but we can't ignore the negatives. It needs to be worked on. World Health Organization being corrupt doesn't help either. This is a pretty great blend, man. I've never had a blend taste like this. It's mostly the Turkish, but it's so comfortable. The smoke is so comfortable in your mouth after smoking in the ash of the last bowl I had. This is like buttery, light, very light fruity. Oh, this tastes like something familiar. Ooh, and when you puff over and over and draw through your nose. Oh, fantastic retrohale. Well, this is a damn winner. My goodness. This is awesome. It's kind of like the Latakia was just enough to enhance the flavor of the berry, but it doesn't focus on Latakia. Hey, Kevin, great to see you, buddy. Very nice. Amphora, Virginia. I've had that one. And a Nording Freehand. Gotta love them. I'm having this. This is Hearth and Home Berry Nice with 4 Aces Turkish, which is comparable to Smyrna and Ribbon Turkish put together, with a tiny pinch of Latakia and Golden Cavendish as well. And it is light and fruity, very soothing to smoke. I'm trying to think of what it tastes like. Retrohale is to die for. It's like a soft, almost creamy, nutty kind of a retrohale. The room note's going to be good. I'm going to fill this garage full of that. Man, if you get it just right, it almost tastes a little bit like kettle corn. That is fantastic. Perfect time for you to show up, Kevin. Because it is a winner, my goodness. Oh my gosh. Enough Turkish to smooth things out, but not too much. Enough Cavendish for light sweetness. The sweetness, like it's going to be in the mouth-watering kind of sweetness. Man, that's... Oh, this like lights up your senses because it's the retrohale's great. Your mouth waters. It's creamy, nice nutty flavor. No matter how you smoke it, it's a different taste, but it's good. So retrohale's good. Light puffing's good. That's a good one. Another winner. That is... I'm going to write down the percentages. It's around a third Hearth and Home Berry Nice. A little bit more than that for Four Aces Turkish. Around 5% Latakia. It's not too much. Mmm. It changes, like if you smoke it slow, you get more of the berry and more berry in the room note. But while you're smoking it, and if you keep it going pretty good, it's close to kettle corn. That's weird. It doesn't sound like it'd be good berry kettle corn, but it's surprisingly good. I think if I just used regular black Cavendish, it'd be kettle corn. It's good though. Oh, I got you. Nice. Yeah, man, it finally rained, so now the weeds and the sticker plants are coming up quick. Mostly cheatgrass, which is it's pointy and sticks in your socks. Welcome, Dan. Glad you're back, brother. And then the sticker plants are crazy because they look a lot like the thicks that we get, and then in about a 4-day period, they all of a sudden grow a bunch of, it's like the stickers are folded inside the blade and they're not there until it's about 6 inches tall. All of a sudden there's stickers all over. It's wicked. We had a fire at our place a few years back that burned about 6 acres, and it burnt the meadow, and it was actually very good because it got rid of a lot of mice and snakes. It got rid of the insane amount of stickers. We had never had that amount ever. Healthy grass and trees are growing. Yeah, that's what that is, man. It's a son of a gun. So we'll have to mow soon. I think if it's mowed before next week, it'll be under control pretty well. Great to see you, Kevin. Thanks for jumping in, brother. You have a great day. Happy smokes, and you stay blessed as well. Say hi to the missus for us. Yeah, because those deals are green. The cheatgrass is green. It gets about a foot tall, and then over about a week, it'll brown. And once it starts turning, it's almost too late because you mow it, and then they're falling off. You got to get it while it's green. Because you mow it even when it just started turning, it'll lay loose on the ground and get into your socks. I never wear sandals anymore. I never really loved sandals that much anyway, except when I was a kid a bit, but yeah, mostly I'm jeans and boots. Well, mostly shoes. In the summertime though, I wear boots like crazy. It's a good one. I wondered what it would be like. What's funny is my phone now, this phone will do YouTube and I don't know. I haven't really tried any Netflix or anything on it, but it'll do YouTube forever. And then an Instagram, it'll do all that stuff forever. When I do Google Meet on it, it uses it pretty quickly, but it's a fair trade because when I'm doing Google Meet, I can have it plugged in close by. But it'll last days. Oh, is Hunter leaving too? Oh, okay. I saw. I caught it right the first time. Kevin was saying bye to Hunter because he was leaving. And then when I glanced back up, I'm like, did I miss something? Well, I can even invite guests. I forgot about that. I don't know how. Oh, here we go, DDT. I don't know if that worked. I sent one to Hillbilly. I don't know if it's inviting him in or just inviting him to the link to watch. Because he wanted to be here and then he couldn't find me on YouTube even though he searched for it. Cool, Hunter. I've done this before. I'm trying to add guest. I've done it before. I click invite guests. And it just says invite up to 10 guests. And then I click the thing and it gives me a check mark. I don't remember how. Hmm. I sent you an invite through my phone, DDT. So I click on invite guests here and it's weird. I copied the link. I think it worked right. So what are you doing today, country? What are you working on, man? Oh, that's some delivery truck. I don't know if it's for me, but that'd be cool. You never outgrow getting things in the mail. I sent you an email, Hunter. I don't know if you're able to look at them while you're on here, but it's just a link. It doesn't. I don't think I put a title on it. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, Dan. How did I do that before, man? I wonder if is it click on the name? The screen just got bigger. Oh, I had put it on full screen. Whoa. Oh, I got you, man. Oh, what is this button? Yeah, it's saying invite guests. I used to be able to get right into the chat, like bringing them in. Weird. Oh, that sounds good, man. I used to dog sit for my brother. It was boring, but the dogs were fun. So weird. Invite guests, and it says invite up to blah 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 blah. Hmm. You can try it. It may bring you back to here. Once I was smart and I knew how to do it. Oh, I used to get a link, and I think I did it before I hit go live. This may make me disappear. Never mind, I canceled that. It was going to make me leave. Hmm. I'm going to anticipate that it doesn't work at this time. I think that's just inviting inviting you to see. On YouTube. I can edit my avatar. See what happens when I search it on my phone. I don't know. Weird. Nice, man. This evening I'm going to eat dinner with my folks and just take it easy the rest of the night, I think. I It did for you too. Well, that confirms it then. If it did it for both of you, just bring you back to the live. Normally, what would happen, what I've been able to do in the past, is invite guests, send you an email with the link, and well, at least the link works to the email. I did send that to Hillbilly too, or to the email. It works in the email to get to YouTube. I used to be able to have co-hosts, and I know my computer couldn't handle a lot, but you can always at least have one person up there with you. Now I wonder how to do that. There's got to be a way. Hmm. Well, that's good though, because then if people don't know I'm live, they know I'm on or something, but they don't know I'm doing a live, then I can email them. So that's at least handy. I'm using the same stuff I did. I'm using Restream. I'm using my laptop. I'm watching a tutorial. It's showing me 2 places to copy the link. That's weird. So it's telling me basically what I did, copy the link. Hmm. Freaking weird. Don't know why it's not working. That should have done it. The email. Oh well. Oh well. I'll play with it later and figure it out. It used to be the link that was the problem. I'd have to type it all down or figure out how to do it with my phone in a different way. It was so weird. And now that's an easy thing. Oh, I can remove myself from the stream. That would not help. Hmm. Oh well. Oh well. Well, I'm gonna go get a snack, put my feet up for a bit. But thank you guys for helping me enjoy the afternoon. It's a pleasure to have you here. Um, thanks for putting up with some nonsense while I'm looking on my phone. I don't normally like to do that, but I really was like, it'd be cool we could chat, because I've done that before. But I'll figure it out. It's not important right now. But thank you guys for being here. I'm going to move inside, get comfortable, eat something, finish a couple pipes. Well, finish a couple pipe loads of tobacco. I've got a couple partials here. I hope you have a beautiful day. Enjoy your evenings. And I'm going to do the same. It's going to be a relaxing evening. Tomorrow I will do some tamper work, some blending. And if I can't mail stuff out this afternoon here shortly, which I'll go try in a moment, then I'll get everything on Friday. No big deal. But thank you guys. Take care of yourselves. You have a good one too, DDT. Yeah, enjoy yourselves. Thanks for being here. I will catch you guys on the next whatever, whenever. But take it